Hello, bedheads. We have 4 minutes live because Sweetie cannot edit today because we are out on the road. Outlandish Outlander BedVlogs episode season 0308, which should be called Sweetie. How come it's not called?
What?
Coitus interruptus.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, there's been a little bit of that. There was some of that in the last episode, too. I have an orange jersey on because we're on the road. We came to see a football game for my mom's 80th birthday, and we're not at home with our editing computers, which also usually takes me about 4 hours minimum to edit the episode, and we have family plans today. All right, so I've seen the episode twice. You've seen it 1 3/4 times. No, 1 1/4 times. What do you have to say? I have notes, since I know we can't be edited. I have notes.
Let's talk about the crossover to get John Malkovich more work as Blackbeard.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I told you part of it's filmed in South Africa.
Just to give John Malkovich more work.
Since we don't have fancy editing equipment here, I will just say we are not spoiler-free. I can't predict whether we'll be spoilery or not in the next few minutes, but we're already at 3 minutes and 24 seconds. So I'm saying more than this because I have notes.
Speak in your fastest helium voice.
All right. Well, since you mentioned pirates, then and John Malkovich is not the correct reference because Crossbones has nothing to do with stars. They are used the ships from Black Sails,
which still makes John Malkovich
Although sad. I am sure that Claire and Jamie were looking out at sea at nothing because those ships are in. Well, I would be curious to know if they were standing on a beach in Scotland and then looking out to sea, pretending they saw a ship, which they actually just, like, photoshopped in from South Africa that was sailing up to the island. Okay, so Ian is abducted.
Or as Sweetie affectionately calls, young
Ian. I love young Ian.
She loves
Not that way. Ian. Although, he is one of my favorite characters. That is a spoiler. Young Ian is going to get rescued from the pirates. So Ian came, swam out to the Silky Island to get the treasure. That is what happened in the book. They decided that they needed to try and get this treasure. I don't remember if Jamie is healed up enough to swim at the time. I can't remember exactly why young Ian does the swimming. Actually, in the book, Leary shot him in the butt. Not in, I'm pretty sure she shot him in the butt, not in the shoulder. So, there was a really big adaptive choices that they had to make, and I said that last week, that there's so much that happens in this book, and the story is so complicated that there's no way they're going to finish it up. First they had 6 more episodes, and now they have 5 more episodes. There's no way they can finish it all up and not just drastically streamline the story. So just so you know, well, finishing up with Ian on the island, he's carrying the whole chest when he comes out from the hiding place. And you can't carry the chest back. I mean, that was Jamie's point. You can't swim back.
He's going to need extreme chiropractic. Extreme chiropractic.
You cannot carry that chest back and swim a 1/4 mile. So I was assuming, and I don't remember how they were going to do it, how they do it in the book. I mean, they are watching him from a distance because it's their POV. But clearly he would have had to stash the jewels on himself somehow so that they wouldn't fall out when he was swimming. And he has to have the use of both arms. So the pirates have Ian. And, Jamie, who has just promised to Jenny that nothing will happen to young Ian, that he needs to see a little bit of the world, has just gotten him captured by pirates for who knows what. I loved the way Ian stayed with Claire while she did the operation on Jamie. So you got that little moment of them bonding and him calling her auntie and her saying, "Nobody else calls me auntie." And him offering her whiskey when she's finished.
Him saying auntie and then Sam Heughan saying ouchie.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it when Jamie's like, what is that? When she's got a hypodermic. I don't think there was any hypodermics in the 18th century.
He said big ouchie.
Yeah. But that little part, I mean, basically, the changes they made from the book, it's not really a spoiler unless somebody wants to go back and read the book and not know how it was different, is that in the book, they are actually having sex, in fact, maybe even oral sex, I don't remember, when the kid bursts in on them, but it isn't the little kid. I don't even know if the little kid is there at that moment. It's the older kid that was with her, Marsley. But of course, the whole thing comes out. The whole scene between Jamie and the younger girl, showing that he really cared for the girls, was completely fabricated. Jenny did sort of arrange the marriage like that. I think that there is something somewhat described of what happened with the dancing at the party, or at least the party. Not the dancing with the girls was totally fabricated also, which I think was a good call by the writer. But so in the book, they get found like that, and then Claire actually leaves. And Ian, this is how she bonds with Ian in the book. Ian comes back begging her to return and doctor Jamie, because Leary has shown up and shot Jamie in the butt. And Jamie is sick with fever. And so Claire has to decide, like, if even though she's still mad, it was the same as in the show, is she's still mad at him when she doctors him, but Ian has had to travel a day's away to get him to come back, to get her to come back.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Okay, Leary. I just got to go on the record because people hate her so much, and they just get in conniptions about her. I think the show has tried to make you feel a little bit more sorry for her, and I do feel kind of sorry for her. If she had such an unhappy life that she's afraid of having sex with Jamie, or it actually hurts for her to have sex with Jamie, even though he's trying to be gentle with her, I mean, that's sad. And she has these two daughters, and they needed a father. I mean, the way she handles her adversity is not good, and she does run in calling Claire a witch, and she was the one who tried to get Claire killed before, so people have a hard time reconciling themselves to Leary. I find her a sad character more than a hateful character. She is a bad guy, that is true. But is she a bad guy in the like Blackjack Randall? No, and people sort of love to hate Blackjack Randall, but they really love to hate Leary, but they sort of hate to hate Leary. They hate Leary instead of hate Blackjack Randall.
I think you're going to need to draw that one on the blackboard.
Okay. I talked about the bond with Ian.
So tune in next week.
Jamie's a coward. I loved that. I loved it when he admits that he's a coward, and that's why he couldn't tell her, because he thought she'd leave right away. And I liked that he started to tell her. In the book, that is absolutely not true. He does not start to tell her before he gets burst in and discovered. And I love Laura Donnelly, who played Jenny. I mean, she's just amazing. The way she portrayed that complicated pain she has. And I kind of liked the little fibs. The whole part about Claire being in America, and now Claire's saying, well, I did have a husband, to kind of try and tell Jenny a little more of the truth. That's sort of truth, not truth, is all in the show. She had this vague talk about having gone to France in the book, because the whole time she was trying to say what she was doing in the past at all and where she came from in the first book was that she kept saying she had been trying to travel to France to get to some relatives or something like that. So she tells Jenny something as close to the truth as she can. She even tries to say, well, I had no children with him, instead of saying I have no children. So she's trying to be as truthful as she can. It was kind of silly when she said, though, I'm only asking for a second chance. Like, that's a pretty big thing to be asking for. That's not something you're only asking for. That was the only thing in the dialogue that I kind of had an issue with.
It really...
That's it. That's everything on my list. That's everything on my list. But you haven't really made any movie references tonight. Well, I guess you made TV show references.
It's just all about getting John Malkovich a gig.
John Malkovich was not on Black Sails.
That is true.
Bad reference. Bad.
I'm
giving you a 3.2 for that movie reference.
We apologize for a lack of Sweetie being able to do 7 hours of editing today.
Or pull in any of our regular title cards.
We also apologize for the 720p because this is an iPhone 6s Plus.
I prefer that.
Shoots crappy at 720p.
I prefer to be shot in crappy video.